Joe Russo. Emily Van Camp. Mackie. Scarlett Johansson. Sebastian and director Anthony Russo. Let's get the first question right here. Somebody has to have it.
I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys saw the clip in the big room?
Zero.
Wait a minute. I know one person did. I've never been in, so I'm like, yay. What'd you think of it?
Kick ass.
Kick ass? Done. Cut the check. Thank you.
She said she'd rather see kick ass.
Hey guys, Mark Walter's a big fan of what thanks for coming to Comic-Con, and I know this is not the first time for some of you, but great to have you here. Can you tell us like how this Captain America film sets itself apart from the first Captain America film, and especially with the experiences of the Avengers leading into it, what sort of things we're going to see that maybe the audience may not be expecting?
That's on the talking point of this.
You know, I think the movie is very different in tone than the first film. The first film sort of a wonderful love letter to the origin of Cap and the time period. Cap is now in the modern world. The movie is a political thriller. In order to be germane to that tone, we wanted the movie to be as modern and as edgy and sort of aggressive as it could be. Because you can't have thrills in a thriller unless the characters have real stakes and real jeopardy. So, Cap gets put through a lot in this film, and it's action, heavy, it's a very intense movie.
All the way over there on the left.
Hi. I wanted to ask to Chris and to Scarlett about the involvement of Black Widow in this movie, because it seems, especially for the director of Scarlett and for Chris Evans, that they are more separate, sometimes working for a team, and now you have to become a new team for this movie. So how is working as a team? Of course, as a script.
You mean how do we enjoy working together?
Exactly. And you can tell a little bit about the relationship
Between the two characters?
Exactly.
Well, when we find these two characters, I mean, we've really been working together. It's in real time. It's been 2 years, and we're both agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Chris pointed out earlier, which I didn't really thought about, the fact that we have, we're fighting on the ground. It's not like we have these superpowers that we use and fly around and, so we have a similar kind of, we have a shorthand between us. We fight in a similar style, and it's very much a working relationship. I think, there's serious unfortunate things. They, kind of find themselves in a situation where their working relationship is becomes a more kind of intimate friendship. I think they sort of have some unexpected similarities between them. They have their guard up, they have their trust issues, and they also have both been working for, the man for, their entire career, professional career. So they really, this is through this kind of unexpected friendship that forms, or, starting to question kind what, you know, what they want, and, you know, kind of search, kind of question their own identity. So it's a complex relationship that forms between them. And I couldn't stand looking.
In the center of the
We've known each other for 10 years. It's our fourth movie together, so we
We go back.
Hi, thank you from the Cinema Source. Question for Chris. I was wondering if you could talk about Captain America is really the only remaining wholesome apple pie all-American superhero. I mean, we just saw Superman grunting and screaming his way through the movie because he has to be all angst-ridden. But Captain gets to be the classic hero. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, that's you know, to be candid. That's kind of the hurdle with Captain America is that his nature is to put himself last. His nature is to take everyone else's conflict and put it on his back. And as a result, it makes it difficult to find an interesting film because most complex characters have flaws. And Cap's, he's Boy Scouts. I think what's good about this movie is that, the first Captain America film was about giving you the opportunity to serve, the opportunity to be a soldier. And in Avengers, you have so many other characters and all these attitudes and relationships, so you can't be trying to be an individual character. In this movie, it's about showing Cap now given the opportunity to serve, given the ability to give of himself. The question now becomes, well, what's right? I think he's so determined to be good, to be, and to do what's right. The conflict with at least modern society as opposed to the 40s is what is right? I think in the 40s it was very easy to say, well, Nazis are bad. We can all agree on that. Today, it's a little bit harder to know where you come from, who am I serving? And with my technology and the access, and this is pretty relevant today for all of us. Where's the line? What are we going to compromise in terms of civil liberties to ensure security? And I think that's where it's really good at knowing, well, what's the right thing to do? And I think that makes it an interesting conflict because it's not about just doing the right thing, it's what is the right thing? And I think we actually get to explore Cap struggling with it because it's not black and white, it's gray. And I think that's where his relationship with Black Widow comes to fruition. That was a good the relationship with Black Widow is interesting because she's someone who always had the ability to compromise with morals and still black and white. And I think as a result, I can't say too much, but something happens.
There's that potential whistleblower.
Something happens, and as a result, these two people from different worlds need to rely on one another, and as a result, you have two people who, on the surface, may seem very different, find a lot of common ground, and that came out pretty well.
Chris, you mentioned relevant technology, kind of was almost one of my questions here. In the first movie, the only reference you understood was flying monkeys. In the sequel, has Captain America become, relevant with today's trend and what's going on?
Sure. I think you get a little tired if every joke is like, what's the internet? He gets it. I mean, that's the problem is he does the slim jokes. He's not sarcastic, so it's hard to find humor, and that's the humor is self-deprecating, but you can't keep playing that one note of, I don't get it. What's going on in this podcast? So it's I think we're past, he's up to speed. He knows how to convert. He has a cell phone. So we're not just sitting that one note. We're trying to find humor in other places. Thanks to Mackie. He's really good. He's funny. I disagree.
Right here in front.
My question for Sebastian. I was wanting to ask you about the return of your character to this universe and what kind of hurdles and issues led to where he is now and how you came back to this role.
Well, I mean, in a sense, it's very similar to Steve Rogers, that he's another lost man in this new world. So, as we know, the journey for him is to start to what you've already seen in the first film and still represent the same person. But in the end,
Who's
This question is for Chris. Could you explain a little bit about the difficulties of trying to play Captain America for the third time, if there were any? Or what were your challenges?
I think the difficulties are just about trying to meet the bar with which Marvel has set. You know, we have all these fantastic movies with fantastic people. Every time Marvel releases a movie, it's better than the last one. And, you know, you just want to make sure you're not losing any chains. You know, you have all these really talented people coming together, and you just want to make sure you do your part.
Right here in front again, try to get to as many as you can as fast as you can.
After being very popular role, but very different than being around a superhero and what do you feel, how do you feel about the transition from those roles where from shy to powerful but now around superheroes, how do you feel and what was the preparation and the transition?
You know, I can't say too much about the character, but I think people have a certain idea of and what I'm meant to be playing, but I think we'll be surprised at how we use this character. And, you know, compared to other things that I've done, a lot of things have been a little bit different to this. It was certainly a challenging experience, an exciting experience. I had so much fun playing this part, but, you know, I can't say too much about how we introduce her because I guess you just have to see the movie. But it was a great experience.
Over here on the right.
Hi guys, I'm loving the Marvel universe, and it's so great to see more women being represented. My question is to Scarlett, Emily, and Cody. How does it feel to represent more of a strong female presence in superhero movies, and especially what do you think you guys would bring to this movie?
Well, I mean, I think that it's most superhero. I don't know, that's films that are simply not really good. They're just not well made. They fall back on this kind of like hair flipping, cozy, kind of hands on hips thing. We do a little bit of that, of course. But you know, it's important that it works. But you know, I really had a great opportunity making. I mean, Joss really set the bar. I think filmmakers to really sort of celebrate these female characters that are usually kind of looked at as sort of performance in the film, self-assessed film. You know, he was so, you know, he was so, he was such a pioneer, you know, in really fleshing out these characters, you know, sort of Black Widow, and really making her a character that could get punched in the face, and could deliver a blow, and could, you know, and was an intelligent, complex, you know, really strong, character for this series. So it's been a real pleasure for me to be able to play that play those multi-layers and to really be able to act and not just pose. I think you know, our characters have some real storylines there. We're not just a romantic interest and you know, makes our job interesting to watch.
Here in the front right.
Hi, my question is for Anthony and for the Russos. I think we're all really excited to see Falcon and really finally for all the obvious reasons. And I'm wondering though, if the cast is huge, how much Falcon are we going to see? And if possible, can we get more Falcon?
Can't get enough.
Anthony, you asked me that question, I was going to be ready.
Well, there was about 5% of Falcon in the film, but then we cast Anthony Mackie, and now there's 95% of Falcon.
If I would just show up and walk in the scene. Take care. No line.
But, it's a character that's very personal to us. The same with collecting comics since we were kids. One of the first books we ever bought was a Cat Falcon book. So we have a real affiliation for the character. We can't tell you exactly how much he's in, but Cap is looking for a friend in the modern world. He's just lost everyone and everything he knew, and Falcon could be that guy. So that gives you any hint.
Joshua with Spider-Man Paul Space. Is Captain America going to be ticked when he finds out that Coulson faked his death? Oh man.
That is just like reading into the world of like S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show. I can't address these. This is like Marvel is such a delicate animal. Whatever, you have to be so careful with what you say. Who else? I can't say. Go ahead. So is that political?
Cap doesn't know yet.
Cap doesn't know.
He'll find out when S.H.I.E.L.D. premieres, so watch it. What the
There you
It's like television.
Hello, thank you all for coming. Hello, Anthony, Mackie. I think it's really great you're playing the Falcon. Falcon is now on the Avengers roster, on Avengers Assemble, so don't you think it would be cool if the Falcon was also in
That answer your question? No, I mean, look, from the beginning, when I growing up, my brother was a huge comic book person, and he always showed me comic books with Black Panther and the Falcon. And when I heard about the Falcon, and I was given the opportunity to meet with the Russos, and we talked about it and what they wanted to do with the character, the reason it worked so well is the two of them had the ability to give dignity and substance to a character without making him heavy and hokey. And I think with the Falcon, what was so cool about the script where it is now, and being able to work on it as an actor, was having a three-dimensional real person that just happens to be a tactical expert that can fly. So I think if the Falcon is added to the Avengers world, what's up? I'm looking for the opportunity to take down Iron Man. So I'll be the only flying Avenger. No, he don't count. The hammer flies, he don't fly.
And I'm afraid this is going to be our last question.
Oh, you guys are so fun.
I better make it good there, or I'm going to get lynched after this and they're going to kill me. So, I want to let everybody know that the first movie with the writing and the story is the most important thing in the film. And everybody on stage just brought life to all of the characters. And I know everybody's looking forward to the second film. And I'm just curious, does anybody have any input, when the writers are writing and you want them to continue the way
Down.
Sorry?
Down has input in everything. We don't feel it.
My question was, no, my question was, is everybody, concerned about that wasn't like the second film as the first, so it's just as good, or...
Are you asking?
That's not our problem. That's not our problem. That's somebody else's problem. Josh has written it already. Check with him. I'm putting concerned about whether it's going to be good.
Are you asking what part of the development, how much we're involved in each actor in developing the characters in this film? Is that the question?
No. In this film or the Avengers film?
No, the first film.
The first?
The first Cap or the first Cap? First Cap.
This is Cap too.
That's not the first Cap.
So Like 3 hours.
You can get the DVD, it's pretty good. Pretty good, it's a good movie. Good movie, right?
Thanks, everybody.